Hey, this is Mike Durr, Kingwood Mortgage Guy, and listen, I wanted to go over with you a little bit about credit scoring and how it works. And there's just a couple things, this will be short and sweet, but I wanted to go over it with you so you understand when you get your credit report, that you understand how some of the things affect it. So what I wanted to do is how credit scoring works, the date of last activity. This is one of the things on there that I look at very specifically to see when something happened bad particularly. If it's good stuff, we don't care when it happened. If it's bad stuff, it's important to know when it happened, because bad debt is kind of like, in a medical term, it's like getting a wound.
Now stand aside, worthy adversary.
'Tis but a scratch.
A scratch? Your arm's off.
No, it isn't.
Well, what's that then?
I've heard worse.
You liar!
Come on, you pansy.
And each month after that wound happens, it tends to have less of a negative effect on your credit score. So what happens is, after about a year and a half, 2 years, a negative credit or a derogatory, something negative that happened, doesn't affect you anymore. So after about 2 years, I don't really care about them. If it's before 2 years, we usually have to do something about it. Particularly if it's a balance that's left owing, we'll want to fix that. So the date of last activity is important. The next is type of account. There's basically 3 types of account. There's mortgage debt, there's installment debt, and there's revolving debt. And the reason I wanted to tell you about that is revolving debt is really an important part of how the credit scores are based. So revolving credit and capacity. What capacity means is that you have a credit limit and then you have a balance. So your capacity to borrow is the difference between what your balances are and what your limit is. The bigger capacity, the better chance you have of a credit score. So I'm going to shift over here, and I wanted to show you an example of a good and a bad. Here's a credit card that I have a $5,000 limit on. Okay, my credit limit is $5,000. My balance is currently $1,500, which represents 30% of the limit. And that means I have about a $3,500 capacity on that particular credit card. And this gets me good scores. If I have a 30% or less capacity, or 30% or less of the limit, then that'll help me positively with my credit score. The same thing, here's that same credit card, but I've charged it up. I went out and bought a lot of furniture, bought a lot of stuff, and now my balance is $4,995 against a $5,000 limit. Now this is perceived negatively. As a matter of fact, anytime you go over the 50% ratio, or this number goes over 50%, it starts hurting your credit score. As you go below 50%, it starts helping your score. So that's what a lot of the things that I do is to try to help you build your credit score, is to control your revolving credit and the capacity that you have. And this is how we manipulate it. And sometimes I'll tell you to go get additional cards. Well, that sounds like bad information, but it's only in an effort to help you change the difference in what your capacity is so that you have high limits and low balances. So hopefully that makes some sense to you and will help you get your credit scores. And the reason you get better credit scores is you get better rates. That's the key thing. Let me tell you, I'm all about having no credit at all, and guess what? You don't want to worry about credit scores, but when we're getting ready to borrow or getting ready to get a mortgage or something, higher credit scores are going to get you better rates. So that's why we're going through this exercise. This is Mike Durr, Kingwood Mortgage Guy. If you have any questions about this, call me. My number will be right here somewhere. All right, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.